En el nombre del Padre, y el Hijo, y el Espíritu Santo. Amén. Please have a seat. Good morning again. Today, I come from a part, my parents are from Oaxaca. They come from Mexico, a part that is indigenous. So my parents speak Mixteco. I speak Spanish, English, and Mixteco. So when I was born in Baja California, Mexico, different than my parents. My parents were there for about, they flee their hometown for about, they haven't gone back from 36 years. So my parents been in trouble. My dad and mom wanted a better life for us and my brothers. So what happened, my parents brought us to the American dream. You would have thought, you can go there and you will see your life different. No. You leave friends behind, family, dogs, chickens, anything else you can imagine. One part of me didn't want to come. I said, why? My dad said, you're just a kid. You listen and you follow where I will go. But he is not going to leave us behind. Coming here, it was a life-changing. In Mexico, we were running. We didn't worry too much. Here we did. We struggle as any family. So for us and my brothers, changing schools, it was one of the hardest. In a month, we will be changing 5 different schools. There it is, us, little English. And we will go to school, we couldn't make friends because we knew that my family would travel and look for work. And again, there comes another 3 months and change school. As we thought the schools were gonna be, stable, we end up to a ranch and we thought, this is it. We're not gonna move, we can make friends. No. We changed again. And as we thought again, this for sure, we stayed there for 2 years in the house and we make friends. But one of the things that I kind of saw in my parents, we will go to school, but what about them? We got fed in school. They didn't. So I think one day, I didn't want school because I was feeling not good. And I was hearing my parents discussing, saying, there's no food. When they will come from school, what are we going to feed them? And my dad said, we don't have rice, we don't have beans, we don't have milk, we don't have sugar, we don't have nothing to feed them. As I was a kid, I witnessed God's works. My mom said, I'm just praying for God. Something will happen. There it is. Somebody knocking our house. Saying, hey, we just came by and give you this food that we're having. There's rice, there's flowers, there's beans, there's meat. Here, there's oil. It was like the list that my mom was gonna go shop if she had the money. And there was God working. And why I said there was God there? Because He never abandoned us. My mom was this person of faith saying, what God provides, He will. So anytime my parents didn't have money or they were asking God, please help us with the work, there was God there working. The little things. And I'm sharing this because God is working towards our life. My parents said there's no future in California, so we gotta move. My mom thought coming to Washington is gonna be 1 hour. So there she is. She didn't plan no lunch, no dinner, nothing. So we were in this small car, van, 8 of us, 2 parents and 6 kids. Back then we didn't have GPS. We didn't have cell phones that can take us today, right? So for order to us to come in Washington, we did live an adventure. That adventure was, we got lost. We were following this person that told us, just follow us. Instead of my dad went to the freeway and I-5, he decided to go to the other way. So there it goes, the guy went to I-5 while we went another road that we shouldn't supposed to. So my dad he thought that going to school, we should know about the map. As you imagine. So my dad was fighting with my brother and saying, I sent you to school because you should know. And my brother's like, they don't teach us about I-5 or going this way. So there, we were stopping in a rest area. It took us 3 days to get to Washington. Then we make our stop to Oregon. And then there was the guy that we were following. And my dad said, let's go again. So there we go. My dad was driving so close to him. And we end up coming, our first place that we stayed, it was in Cedar Woolley. There we go. So when we were working, my dad said we were gonna come only for the season work, and then we will go back to California. Coming to California, we knew that we were not gonna go back. Somehow, my dad did like it here. Because one, he said, I wanna teach you guys something, a special value for you guys. I want you guys to work in the fields, and I want you guys to help us. So I can see future that if we want to get something, you got to work. So there we go, 6 of us working. My sister, she was 4 years old. She was sleeping in the car while we were working because my mom didn't want her to be staying with someone else. So when my mom will tell the story, when you see the sun is coming out, get up from the car and go look for us in the field. That's what my sister did. So that time we were working, putting strawberries in our bucket. And I told my dad, how long I had to make this bucket full in order for us to have money. He said, if you want to buy shoes or you want to buy something, thousands of them every day. And we're like, that's a lot. But he said, I want to teach you this. I want to teach you something, that if you want a better education, and if you want to go what I didn't have education. My parents never offered that education for me. And I want you to do this. My mom told us, either you end up in the fields or you have a better work. Six of us graduate from high school. And I have a sister that she did college and she finished university. She graduated. The first one in the family. All of us didn't end up working in the fields. We have a better job as my parents wish and dream. Every life is different. As you see, one thing for sure, always my parents remind us to stay humble. Treat others well. Treat everybody as you are. The day I don't see you being humble, if I die, I will go and grab you and your hand and your feet. And that was always a reminder for my parents. Give others what they give you, because God never let you. You know, we have this saying in Spanish, Dios ahorca, pero no aprieta. God strangle you, but not really. If it will be a little bit, to remind you, where are we at in a place? What God really wants us to do. Love our neighbors. We came far along in our journey. I serve a community, giving back. Before I was ordained, I wanted to be giving back. Giving back what other people give my family in the time of need. And also stay humble. Walk along them. They ask me, if you're a priest, you have privilege. No. I want to walk as God walks with their disciples and their community. I want to be in the midst of them. Because that's what God really wants us to do on this time. Especially this time of fear for other people. This is the time we want to see change in our community. I'm not going to be political about what's going on, but we have in our hands to make a change, an impact for families out there that live in the fear. As I live in the fear sometimes with my people, with my community. You guys have a power. And you guys know what's the power of voting. Make changes in your community. Talk to senators. Have faith that we want to live in a world that your vote says, I changed this. Some of you might say, I don't want to vote. But you're leaving behind families that you can make a difference. And that's different, that's the power that you have. Live in justice, speak the truth, and care for the community that is asking for help. It's under our hand. to make that change. You might say it's nothing, but it is for the community. Not just for my people, different races. And I'm here sharing this story because I know God is there with us. God needs us. And I know for sure you guys have that power. That power that many of us couldn't have. But we came to this country. And here we are. Here I am. Speaking to you guys. And there are thousands of children, dreamers, that are working in the medical fields, that want to be a lawyer, a nurse, something that we might not have down there. But it's under your care that you guys have that power. And I know I'm trusting God. We want a better community. We want a better country. But it's us as a human make the decision and to make a better system for our people. Amen.